Next on the Center County Report, why horses are at the center of a controversy in one local township, and
we'll tell you why students at Penn State had so much fun this week, all while learning about the university's greatest traditions. The Center County Report starts now.
Welcome to the Center County Report. I'm Jordan Pruitt.
And I'm Gina Figali. The largest homecoming parade in North America is right here at Penn State, and tonight's event will draw thousands of people and some traffic headaches. Reporter Allie Ingersoll is live with us along the parade route. Allie?
Hey Gina, thanks. So right now we're across the street from where floats will begin the parade, and it's a sight you definitely want to see. There'll be a ton of free candy for the kids, the Thon 2013 theme will be revealed, and parade officials tell me there's a huge balloon, which is a first for this, so you definitely want to come check it out. Something you probably don't want to see though, traffic backups. The parade route does go on campus and downtown on a lot of main roads, so starting around 5:30, those streets will be closed, so expect delays. The parade route starts here on Porter and Curtin Roads at 6 p.m. and the parade follows Curtin Road down to Bigler, picking up walking organizations like the Blue Band, the State College High Marching Band, and alumni chapters from all over the country at the IM building, which is the official start of the parade. So once on Bigler, the parade continues to Pollock, then Shortledge, then turns for its longest stretch around College Avenue until Burroughs, where it officially ends at Rec Hall. Through traffic is allowed on both University and Porter, but expect some traffic delays during the parade. Homecoming officials expect the parade to be about 2 to 2.5 hours long. Organizations with floats started lining up at 9 this morning to get ready for the parade, and around that same time, supporters started lining on the streets to get the best spot. Officials expect around 100,000 people to be on these streets tonight at 6 p.m. for the start of the parade. That's not the only thing going on for homecoming though. This whole week there's been a ton of festivities, and I got an inside look at some of those traditions.
Foot traffic is picking up and the streets are a little more congested as Penn Staters, young and old, return to Happy Valley for homecoming. The theme this year is The Glory Echoes On, and while the executive committee picked it last December, it has fit right in with all of the events that have occurred at the university this past year.
It's all about reuniting with people and resharing memories, and that's something that really nothing that could happen at Penn State would ever take away from homecoming.
But we wanted to have a special theme that kind of showed that alumni were still proud of Penn State no matter what was to come. But we thought it was fitting because Penn State has a rich history regardless of what has happened.
The executive committee has worked all year to plan various events that show off that rich history. However, the parade is the most anticipated.
All week, students have been spending time pumping floats like this. And tonight, over 240 student organizations will march down campus to show their Penn State pride.
From day until night, students worked on their floats, hoping to impress tonight's crowd. For some, homecoming is just coming back to the place they know and love.
It's just kind of nice to come back and be a part of the community again. You kind of walk around campus and you just feel like you're a part of it again.
There are a bunch of alumni back in town, but if you can't make it, you can check out the parade on the web. You can go to psucommedia.com starting at 6 for live parade coverage. Back to you, Gina and Jordan in the studio.
It sounds like it'll be a lot of fun here in Happy Valley. Thank you, Allie. One of the homecoming highlights this week was the talent show that happened Tuesday night. Fraternities, sororities, and organizations that are paired for homecoming week put on performances. Pi Lambda Phi fraternity and the Tapestry Dance Company took first place with their rendition of Hairspray. And the Blue and White Society and the Lion Ambassadors took home second place. Atlas Thon came in third, performing love songs from the Spice Girls and Lady Gaga.
A sinkhole is forcing seating changes for tonight's high school football game in State College. Reporter Adrian DiPiazza shows you what's going on at Memorial Field.
The sinkhole in downtown State College is just beneath these bleachers, where the State High Band and students normally sit. It might surprise you to learn the district has known of the sinkhole for nearly 100 years. It's just this week that it's causing a safety issue.
Certainly it's pressing because it's a safety concern for those involved. That's something that's very important to us, something that we take very seriously.
The district decided to close the home side of the stadium to make sure no one will be in danger.
For a typical home football game here at Memorial Field, the State High Band and the State High student section would be sitting in the gray and red bleachers. But tonight, because of this sinkhole, the visiting fans and the State High fans will both sit in the west side bleachers.
Structural engineering expert Daniel Linzel says this sinkhole isn't a big surprise.
And they're relatively prevalent around here because of the geology of the area. So because we have a lot of limestone, I believe there's a lot of sinkhole issues.
The school district will decide after tonight's game whether or not to host the remaining 2 home games at Memorial Field and discuss a long-term solution to the sinkhole problem at Monday's school board meeting.
The bigger picture is a pressing concern as well, but it's not going to be an easy solution.
A State High parent says the possibility of relocating games isn't ideal.
It would be inconvenient, but I'm sure there's might be other options.
Memorial Field normally hosts 4,000 fans, but for tonight's game, they'll only have room for 1,400. In State College, I'm Adrian DiPiazza for the Center County Report.
The school board will get a full report from geologists and engineers at their meeting on Monday.
A woman is hospitalized today after a fire that gutted a home in Phillipsburg. The fire happened yesterday on Pine Street, burning one home and spreading to another. And the nearby Phillipsburg Osceola Junior High had to be evacuated. Witnesses say the woman came out of the home, then collapsed. No word yet on the cause of the fire, but witnesses say they heard an explosion, then saw the flames.
In Bellefonte, work crews have removed the fire-damaged top tower of Hotel Dodi. Investigators ruled that the fire was arson, and the property owner says the building will have to be demolished. But the first step was to remove that top tower because of safety concerns. In another arson case, Bellefonte resident Jeffrey Karg is charged with setting the fire that destroyed a building behind Mattress World on Spring Street. The fire caused more than $10,000 in damage.
Miles Township has scraped a proposed ordinance that would have banned owning horses on less than 4 acres of land. Reporter Kat Janesko says the fight involves local homeowners and the Amish.
In quiet areas of Miles Township, a battle is raging over horses. Some residents want restrictions on horse ownership, saying the animals may pose health and safety risks on small plots of land, and home values could fall. But others, many of them Amish, argue that's simply not true.
This pasture behind me sits on less than 4 acres of land and houses a horse. The owners, who wish not to be identified, say that this is their main way of transportation. Their neighbors said they haven't had to deal with any of the issues that this ordinance brings.
I personally don't have that problem because they do obviously maintain their property. They take care of that horse. I haven't had any problems with any rats or any cleanliness issues. And, you know, I have a son that lives here that's allergic to horses, and it hasn't affected him in any way.
After a heated township meeting last night, the plan is back to the drawing board. One homeowner told us something needs to be done.
And not necessarily that we need an ordinance against horses, but that we need something that would protect our health issues.
Critics of the proposal say it's anti-Amish and may infringe on their lifestyle and religious freedom. The township chairman told us the ordinance sprung from past issues and not the Amish. In Miles Township, Kat Janesko for the Center County Report.
So what's next? The township hopes to pick representatives from the villages of Massenburg, Rebergsburg, and Smolton to discuss their new options.
A former Center County Assistant District Attorney is out on bail while he faces drug charges. Stephen Sloan appeared in court for his arraignment this week via video conference before Mifflin County judge. He's accused of selling marijuana. According to court documents, pot and prescription pills were shipped to and sold out of his former workplace. Sloan was fired from Maserati and Sullivan Law Office during the investigation. His preliminary hearing is set for next Wednesday.
The national media will descend on Center County next week. Find out why coming up. And a rough road ahead for a local school district. We'll take a closer look at the issues. Jerry Sandusky will find out how long he'll be behind bars on Tuesday. The convicted pedophile will be sentenced at the Center County Courthouse in Bellefonte at 9 a.m. Yesterday, the judge granted a request by the Sanduskys to return $50,000 that Dottie Sandusky put up for her husband's bail. The judge also released the court's hold on Sandusky's home, which they put up as collateral. Also this week, former Nittany Lion assistant coach Mike McQueary filed a lawsuit against Penn State, claiming his cooperation with investigators led to his firing. McQueary wants millions of dollars in damages.
The NCAA sanctions against Penn State from the Sandusky case were a focus of a panel discussion this week. A packed crowd at the State Theater heard panel talk about current issues facing college athletics as well as the sanctions. Former NCAA President Cedric Dempsey and Gene Corrigan both disagreed the way the NCAA handled the Penn State case.
This is probably the first time I think you could criticize the NCAA for moving too quickly. That was caused by the association making early statements and putting themselves in an awkward position.
Corrigan also suggested the Penn State community should no longer focus on the past.
Get it behind you, move on. You are a great school. This has happened, bury it and move on. I don't see any sense in trying to take anything to court or do anything like that.
More than 350 people attended the event.
Penn State is seeing an increase in crime on campus this year, especially sexual assaults. Last year, a total of 30 sex crimes on campus were reported. In 2010, only 5 incidents were reported to Penn State University Police. The numbers came from an annual audit of crime on campus. According to University Police, the incidents are recorded in the years they're reported, not when they happen. Penn State is willing to pay for all basic assault-related health care.
When Pennsylvania voters hit the polls in less than a month, they won't need a photo ID to cast a ballot. This week, a judge stopped the controversial voter ID law. The policy that has required photo IDs with an expiration date is now postponed until next year. The ruling could be appealed to the state Supreme Court. Mandatory photo ID was implemented for the election earlier this year, but led to controversy and drawn-out court battles.
A local school district going through some turmoil hopes the worst is over. The Phillipsburg-Osceola district is dealing with the superintendent change and some tough test scores. Reporter Kevin Gallagher has the details.
Phillipsburg-Osceola school administrators recently came under fire for having low test scores in the Pennsylvania system of school assessment tests. The high school didn't meet its annual yearly progress report for the second year in a row. Plus, Superintendent Stephen Benson's contract won't be renewed. Benson says the problem is statewide and there could be a bigger issue.
There were suspicions of some cheating in some school districts. We were never accused of anything, and we feel very positive that none of that ever took place in our schools.
Phillipsburg is not the only area of Pennsylvania that has seen a dip in PSSA scores. Just this year, 31% fewer schools actually hit their testing targets. In Phillipsburg's 11th grade, test scores for math went up by 2% to 53% this year, while reading scores jumped by 3% to 71%. Although these scores did not meet the AYP targets, the high school's assistant principal says the district can still improve.
Our teachers are doing a great job, but education is changing and our teachers need to change with it. And the improvements that we've made, I hope we continue those improvements.
Even if progress is made in the next year, Dr. Benson won't be here to be part of it.
I've been here longer than I anticipated, which makes me very happy. There are so many things that I've been able to put into place that I know are working and doing good things for kids.
In Phillipsburg, I'm Kevin Gallagher for the Center County Report.
Benson also says he wishes all the parents and children of the Phillipsburg-Osceola Area School District the best.
National Coming Out Week will kick off on Monday. Penn State Students Resource Center for the Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, and Allied Individuals, along with the University Park Allocation Committee, will feature author, speaker, and LGBTA advocate Chaz Bono. Bono will be the keynote speaker at 2 of Penn State's campuses. His first appearance will be October 10th in the Hub Robinson Center Auditorium on the University Park campus. He'll also speak during National Coming Out Day at Penn State Abington on October 11th about his transition and latest book. Seats are available, first come, first served.
It's that time of year again. Flu season is almost here, and flu shots are available around the Center County area.
Once you're ready, 1, 2, 3.
Nurses at University Health Services at Penn State advise everyone to get a flu vaccine. This year, the vaccine protects you from the new strands of the flu.
The pandemic H1N1 strain is still in the vaccine. That's the one it's been there for the past 2 or 3 years. But this year, the other 2 strains, another A strain and a B strain, have changed. And that's in response to what they were seeing circulating last year.
The vaccine can be found at your local pharmacy and clinics beginning next Monday on the Penn State campus.
Doesn't really feel like flu shot weather right now. Summer making what potentially maybe its last stand today. Temperatures well into the 70s with some sunshine fading behind clouds. However, we do have some showers to deal with tonight and early Saturday. I'm hopeful that most of the game, though, on Saturday will be dry. Another batch of showers comes through Sunday afternoon that we have to deal with. So the second half of Sunday will be the wetter of the two parts of the day. Right now, though, we have that milky sunshine, again, clouds drifting in from the west, winds out of the southwest pumping in the mild air right now, and that will only continue into this afternoon. Temperatures bound for 76 degrees, well above average for this time of year, so perhaps break out the shorts one last time because you'll need sweaters heading into the weekend. The reason is this cold front here, it's drifting in our direction, bringing some showers again overnight tonight, but the showers will commence after the homecoming parade, so that will be dry. Early tomorrow, though, still holding on to a few showers, so tailgating before the game may be briefly wet. The game, again, looks mainly dry. Tailgating after the game looks even better with some peaks of sunshine. For today, though, again, most areas checking into the middle and upper 70s, sunshine fading behind clouds. But let's take a look now at the extended forecast. You'll notice tomorrow a big temperature change, only 58 degrees as that cold front moves in, and the rest of the week will show that cool down lingering into the first half of the week, eventually getting back into the 60s by Tuesday.
And coming up in sports, we're live here at Nittanyville, where Bill O'Brien visited last night and surprised the campers. Find out what he asked for the students in preparation for the Penn State homecoming game against Northwestern. Well, the campers of Nittanyville are all busy getting ready for the homecoming parade later tonight, but they're also ready for the game on Saturday as Penn State has a huge matchup against undefeated and 24th ranked Northwestern. And last night out here, the campers in Nittanyville got quite the surprise as Bill O'Brien visited for the first time as head coach. He handed out pizza, dessert, T-shirts, and even helped build Nittanyville's homecoming float. A group of players, including Matt McGloin, Michael Zordich, and Michael Maudie, came out with the coach as he preached to the students about getting to the game early and being loud on Saturday.
This game's at noon. This kickoff is at noon, and we can't have people showing up at 12:30, 1 o'clock. We need you in there at noon, ready to go, standing up, being loud, especially when Northwestern's on offense, because that'll really disrupt what they do on offense. So be really loud, throughout the whole game, and again, we really appreciate your support. Thank you very much. Have fun with those pizzas.
They definitely did have fun with those pizzas. And in terms of Penn State's opponent, Northwestern comes in with a 5-0 record and a top 25 ranking for the first time since the end of the 2008 season. Their high-octane offense is led by quarterback and wide receiver hybrid Kane Coulter, and Bill O'Brien and running back Bill Belton talked about what they have to do to slow down Northwestern's offensive attack.
They do a nice job with their tempo. They play very fast. They do a great job of spreading you out and making you make plays in space. And they do a really good job of that.
Northwestern has a high-powered offense, so it'll definitely be important for us to control the ball, kind of slow them down a little bit and give our defense a break. So going into this week, we basically have a game plan where we try to help our defense out, and those are the things that we're looking forward to doing this week.
Well, Penn State has not lost to Northwestern since the 2004 season, and this year they'll be backed by a student-declared whiteout. That game is set to kick off at noon Eastern on ESPN, and Beaver Stadium should be packed on Saturday, especially compared to what it was like 2 weekends ago against Temple, where Penn State saw some of its lowest attendance numbers in the last 10 years. The Nittany Lions are hoping a win this weekend will improve their low attendance numbers. One thing, though, that may help that is an addition to the step ticketing program, which has caused a lot of controversy in the past couple months. The announcement made this week said that ticket and donation prices will not increase for the 2013 season. In fact, 8 seating areas in Beaver Stadium will see a $200 decrease in Nittany Lion Club donation prices, and a 5-year program called the One Team Commitment. NLC members who participate receive a number of benefits, such as double the point value for your One Team annual gift, 50 bonus points after the completion of your 5th year, as well as an invitation to the Beaver Stadium celebration event in 2017. And in a release on GoPSUSports.com, Bill O'Brien expressed his appreciation for the new program, saying, "Our fans have been tremendously supportive over the past several months, and they've already made a difference for our kids this season. We need that going forward. Your One Team Commitment can help ensure that." Well, one team that does not have any attendance issues is the Penn State women's volleyball team, and they're going to hit the road once again this weekend to finish up their 4-game road trip. And our Marco Ranzi took a look inside practice with the #1 team in the country.
Halfway through the regular season, the #1 ranked Penn State women's volleyball team is 14-1 and 4-0 in the Big Ten. Sophomore setter Micah Hancock believes that one loss they suffered against Oregon State gave her teammates extra motivation.
I think it was a good kind of
a minor setback for us. We realized we needed to play hard every match, every moment in the gym. And now we're kind of coming into that a little more. We're working hard in the gym, and it's paying off, I think.
The Nittany Lions have an impressive resume so far this season with victories over Texas, Nebraska, and most recently at Minnesota. But assistant coach Steve Aird still gives the Lions an average grade.
You know, if I was to grade us, I still think we're a B. There's a lot of things that we need to be a lot better at. We're a good blocking team. We're a pretty good defensive team. Offensively, we've got a lot of weapons, but I think serving and passing have to keep getting better. And all of them obviously have to get better if we're going to be at this level going through.
A big part of the team's improvement can be attributed to the increase in the players' maturity.
Last year, the court inside Rec Hall was littered with freshmen and sophomores for Penn State. Now in 2012, the extra year of experience is really starting to show.
I still think, although they're older a year, I still think we're a young team. I mean, we return everyone but 2 people next year, and they're really good kids. They play hard. I think they're taking it a lot more seriously than they may have in the past, and we're having a good time doing it, so we're in a good spot.
In State College, I'm Marco Ranzi for the Center County Report.
Well, the team will get a much-needed break next week when they're home for 2 matches against Indiana and Purdue at Rec Hall, and then they go on another 4-game road trip to end the month of October. Well, there's nothing quite like an icebreaker to help you get to know your classmates, your fellow coworkers, or roommates, and that's what the Penn State men's hockey program is going to do tonight at the Greenberg Ice Pavilion. The hockey team is calling it a midnight icebreaker, and it'll run from 11 p.m. until 2 a.m. Attendees will receive free pizza, t-shirts, get a chance to win 2 autographed hockey sticks, and have an opportunity to meet and skate around with head coach Guy Godowski and the rest of the hockey team. Of course, everyone will also get a chance to watch a team practice for an hour as well. Well, that'll do it for sports. We'll be right back to the Center County Report.
Want to learn how to be more eco-friendly? Shavers Creek workers are helping to show the community how. The Penn State Physical Plant partnered with Shavers Creek this week to host a zero-waste workshop to teach people how to eliminate waste from their homes, work, and schools.
Think of reduce, reuse, recycle. It really should be in that order. Reduce, really look at your purchasing and use patterns, and can you reduce the amount of waste?
96% of the waste that Shaver Creek produces is recycled and composted each month.
Penn State is in the middle of a new social media fundraising effort. A Nittany Lion alumni has pledged to donate $1 for every like and follower the Penn State Forever Facebook page and Twitter account gets during the first 2 weeks of October. Penn State Forever hopes to raise $10,000 by the end of its campaign.
It's been great. The response has been overwhelmingly positive. People are enthusiastic that they can get involved in supporting Penn State students with 2 easy clicks, and it's been very good.
That's all for today's Center County Report. For more news, go to our website, centercountyreport.com.
You can also follow us on Twitter at Center County REP and check us out on Facebook too. Have a great day and happy homecoming, Penn State.